exploring the old Kuala Lumpur city center. Let's go. We begin at Dataran Merdeka Plaza, the heart of historic Kuala Lumpur. This spacious square is framed by colonial-era buildings, offering stunning photo opportunities. Once the administrative center during British rule, it's now a vibrant public space where locals gather, tourists explore, and national events regularly take place. Up ahead is the Merdeka Lawn, a perfectly manicured green space where Malaysia's independence was proclaimed on August 31, 1957. The 100-meter flagpole is one of the tallest in the world. It marks the exact spot where the Union Jack was lowered, and the Malaysian flag was raised for the very first time. Further beyond the flagpole is the Victoria Fountain. It was built in 1897 to commemorate Queen Victoria's Jubilee with elegant cast-iron design and historical British charm. Facing the square, you'll notice the black and white Tudor-style Royal Selangor Club. Established in 1884, it was once an exclusive social club for British officers and planters. The club's cricket field lies adjacent to the lawn, recalling an era where games of leisure unfolded beside the colonial administrative center. Today, Dataran Merdeka, or otherwise known as Merdeka Square, is more than just a symbol. It's a stage for national unity. It hosts parades, cultural shows, and New Year's Eve celebrations. You'll often see school groups, runners, or families enjoying the space. It represents both Malaysia's colonial past and its forward-looking multicultural present. Up ahead on my right is the Sultan Abdul Samad Building, a masterpiece of Mughal-inspired architecture completed in 1897. Once the seat of British colonial administration, its iconic copper dome, clock tower, and arched facade make it one of Kuala Lumpur's most photographed landmarks and a powerful symbol of Malaysia's history. Look around and take in the eclectic mix of architecture. Moorish, Gothic, and Neo-Mughal styles blend seamlessly here. From the clock tower's chimes to the rustling of flags, every element adds to the timeless energy of this square. It's not just a tourist spot, it's the soul of Kuala Lumpur. In the background, you'll spot Menara OCBC, one of Kuala Lumpur's earliest skyscrapers. Completed in 1981, towering further behind is Merdeka 118, now the second tallest building in the world. Rising from behind Merdeka Square, it symbolizes just how far Kuala Lumpur and Malaysia have grown from their colonial beginnings. Historically, Dataran Merdeka was the parade ground for British troops. The surrounding architecture, like Sultan Abdul Samad Building, was part of the colonial government complex. But after independence, the square transformed into a proud symbol of sovereignty. Its very name, Merdeka, meaning freedom, reflects the nation's journey towards it. The area around Dataran Merdeka, often called Merdeka Square, is widely known as Kuala Lumpur's colonial district. This term is commonly used by tour guides, historians, and heritage publications. This name reflects the high concentration of well-preserved British-era buildings, including the Sultan Abdul Samad Building, Royal Selangor Club, and St. Mary's Cathedral, all showcasing colonial architecture. Before it became Merdeka Square, this area was known as the Padang Selangor. It was leveled and used as the Selangor Club's cricket ground from 1892, while the Royal Selangor Club itself was founded earlier, in 1884, serving as a social hub for British colonial elites. This part of the city has become a favorite for tourists and young locals. Its blend of colonial charm and modern touches makes it highly photogenic, with heritage buildings, wide-open spaces, and scenic backdrops. It's a go-to spot for those seeking iconic shots of Kuala Lumpur's historic heart. The area's popularity has surged on social media thanks to its Instagram-worthy views. From the majestic Sultan Abdul Samad Building to the glowing Masjid Jamek Pedestrian Bridge and riverside walkways, visitors come for both history and aesthetics. Stylish lighting at night adds extra allure, especially for selfies and travel content creators. The Agrobank River flows just beside Merdeka Square, merging with the Klang River near Masjid Jamek. Historically vital to Kuala Lumpur's founding, it once served as a key transport and trade route. Though now urbanized, efforts to beautify and revitalize the river have made it a scenic cultural landmark again. The Agrobank River, once polluted and forgotten, was revitalized under the River of Life project, led by former Prime Minister Najib Razak. This stretch near Masjid Jamek was previously abandoned, but today it features clean riverbanks, scenic lighting, and walkways, transforming the historic confluence into a public and cultural asset. This bridge on my left is the Masjid Jamek Pedestrian Bridge, opened in 2017. Its sleek modern glass and steel design contrasts sharply with the surrounding colonial-era architecture. It links the Masjid Jamek LRT area to Dataran Merdeka, offering stunning views of the river confluence and Kuala Lumpur's historic core.
Hey, you take photo of me?
Up ahead on my left is the old High Court building, later known as the Supreme Court. Built in 1915, it features British colonial architecture with arched corridors and high ceilings. It once housed the highest court in Malaya before judicial functions moved to more modern premises in the late 20th century.
I like because we have Merdeka and then Dataran Merdeka.
Few people know that beneath Merdeka Square lies an underground car park and service tunnel, discreetly built to preserve the area's heritage charm above. This allows large-scale national events to be held without disrupting surface aesthetics, blending functionality with the square's iconic colonial and independence-era architecture. The road up ahead is called Jalan Raja. It is the historic road running along Merdeka Square, flanked by colonial-era landmarks like the Sultan Abdul Samad Building and the Royal Selangor Club. Once the heart of British administrative Kuala Lumpur, it remains one of the city's most picturesque roads, offering a striking contrast of past and present. The Sultan Abdul Samad Building, completed in 1897, was designed as the administrative headquarters for the British colonial government. It housed key departments such as the Secretariat and later post-independence, Malaysia's superior courts. Its iconic clock tower and copper domes remain defining features of Kuala Lumpur's architectural and historical identity. The building was designed in the Indo-Saracenic style, combining Islamic, Indian, and Gothic European influences. This style was intentionally chosen to project British imperial authority while blending with local aesthetics. In a Muslim-majority colony like British Malaya, such architecture symbolized both control and cultural accommodation, making it visually and politically strategic. For decades, the Sultan Abdul Samad Building functioned as the home of Malaysia's judiciary. However, in 2003, the federal and appeal courts moved to Putrajaya, and by 2007, the High Court relocated as well. The once busy landmark was left largely empty, and signs of neglect and disrepair began to appear. With its paint peeling and parts unused, the building stood as a fading symbol of colonial prestige. Tourists still visited, but it lacked a clear function. Despite its prime location, across from Merdeka Square, it remained quiet, its grandeur dimmed by age and administrative relocation, until, finally, under former Prime Minister Najib Razak, heritage revitalization gained momentum. The Sultan Abdul Samad Building became part of the broader River of Life project, aimed at restoring Kuala Lumpur's historic core. Restoration efforts helped preserve its facade, improve lighting, and integrate the building more meaningfully into civic tourism and cultural programming. Today, the building is once again a proud centerpiece of the city. Its glowing facade at night, prominent place in parades, and ongoing conservation works have revived its relevance. While it no longer houses courts, it stands as a testament to Malaysia's layered history and continued respect for heritage. Actually, if you think about it, this whole area has a surprisingly romantic vibe. The soft lighting, historic buildings, and riverside benches create the perfect atmosphere. It's calm, charming, and intimate, especially in the evening. You'll often find couples here quietly chatting, enjoying the view, or taking dreamy photos together. So, who was Sultan Abdul Samad? Sultan Abdul Samad was the fourth Sultan of Selangor, ruling from 1857 to 1898 during British colonial expansion. He was known for his diplomatic relations with the British and for stabilizing Selangor during internal conflicts. The building was named in his honor to commemorate his contributions to modernizing the state. A little-known fact, this scenic walkway was once the road called Jalan Mahkamah Persekutuan. This road used to permit traffic, but has since been pedestrianized now. It's a tranquil path lined with trees, benches and heritage lighting, offering peaceful river views and a quiet escape. The former Mahkamah Perusahaan Malaysia building, now known as the Industrial Court Building, was built in 1905 by Lo Q, one of Malaya's richest businessmen and philanthropists. It originally housed Chow Kit & Co., Kuala Lumpur's first department store, and featured a neo-Renaissance design that symbolized colonial-era commercial prestige. Today, the Industrial Court Building functions as a legal institution resolving employment disputes. Its early days as a bustling department store are less remembered, but the building's preserved colonial facade and arches still reflect Lo Q's legacy, an immigrant-turned-tycoon who helped shape Kuala Lumpur's early growth in both commerce and infrastructure. A little-known fact about the Industrial Court Building is that it once featured one of Kuala Lumpur's earliest elevators. Installed during its time as the Chow Kit & Co. department store, the lift was considered a luxury at the time and symbolized modern convenience in early 20th century retail architecture. Opposite the road stands Menara Agrobank, a sleek modern tower symbolizing Malaysia's economic progress. Right beside it, the Malaysian Textile Museum occupies a stunning 1896 Moorish-style building, showcasing traditional fabrics like batik and songket. Together, they reflect the nation's balance between heritage preservation and forward-looking development. Up ahead on my right is Avenue J Hotel. It was formerly an older hotel, later rebuilt with its original facade, carefully preserved. The aim was to retain the area's colonial charm while upgrading the interiors. Today, it blends heritage elegance with modern comfort, fitting seamlessly into the historic streetscape. In front of you is the confluence where the Gombak River meets the Klang River. This muddy junction gave Kuala Lumpur its name, which means muddy confluence in Malay. It was once a bustling transport route for tin traders and early settlers, forming the lifeline of the growing settlement. Beside the confluence stands Masjid Jamek, one of Kuala Lumpur's oldest mosques, completed in 1909. It was built where early settlers once bathed, prayed, and traded goods. The mosque's unique Mughal architecture and riverside setting create one of the most picturesque and spiritually significant scenes in the entire city. A little-known fact is Masjid Jamek was built on the very spot where the first Malay burial ground in Kuala Lumpur once stood. Few visitors realize this sacred site has been a spiritual center long before the mosque's completion in 1909. Its location at the river confluence made it central to early community life. This entire stretch is part of the River of Life project, launched under former Prime Minister Najib Razak. The goal was to transform polluted rivers into clean, vibrant public spaces. Masjid Jamek and the confluence became the centerpiece, surrounded by pedestrian paths, artistic lighting, and restored heritage buildings. For decades, these rivers were badly polluted and largely ignored. Factories and development upstream turned the waterways black and foul. The River of Life project reversed that. By cleaning the water and beautifying the surroundings, the government turned this forgotten area into one of Kuala Lumpur's most visited destinations. Today, the River of Life stands as a symbol of urban renewal. Couples stroll along its walkways, tourists take photos, and locals relax by the flowing waters. It is a place where Kuala Lumpur's past as a muddy trading post meets its future as a modern, livable, and cultural capital. See, what did I tell you? Locals and tourists absolutely love taking photos and videos here. Just look at that young Malaysian chap with a video recorder. He's probably filming a scenic video for his YouTube project. This spot practically invites creativity with its mix of history, color, and motion. Up ahead is Complex Diabumi, one of Kuala Lumpur's first skyscrapers. Completed in 1984, its name means City of Divine Inspiration. The building's Islamic geometric design and arched motifs reflect Malaysia's early effort to blend modernity with cultural identity during its rapid economic development in the 1980s. Today, Complex Diabumi is owned by KLCC Property Holdings, part of the Petronas Group. It houses offices for PAs Malaysia, Petronas Shared Services, and various corporate tenants. There are also retail outlets within the complex. Its continued use shows how heritage-style skyscrapers still serve meaningful roles in the modern business landscape. This walkway leads us across the Klang River to Complex Diabumi, but we'll explore Central Market first before continuing. Come on, let's go. Oh look, there's an outdoor market here. On weekends, Central Market often extends its activity outside, hosting stalls that showcase local modern crafts with a unique twist. It's a fun and creative space where artisans blend traditional techniques with contemporary designs. Perfect for picking up something special and authentically Malaysian. This entire area was once quiet and overlooked. But under former Prime Minister Najib Razak, the River of Life project was launched to bring it back to life. The goal wasn't just beautification, it was about making it lively, walkable, and welcoming for locals, not just tourists or government buildings. An important part of Najib's vision was encouraging young entrepreneurship. You'll notice many of the outdoor stalls are run by young Malaysians, selling food, art, and locally crafted goods. These pop-up markets were part of the plan to give young people a space to start small businesses in a high-footfall area. The current government has continued this initiative, maintaining the upgraded riverside walkways and supporting these weekend markets. It has become a popular space for community activity, creative business ideas, and social gatherings. The blend of heritage, modern design, and youthful energy now makes this one of Kuala Lumpur's most vibrant public spaces. My friend and I couldn't resist stopping at this fried ice cream stall. The sweet aroma and sizzling sound were just too tempting. It's a perfect street-side treat for a hot day, and watching it being made right in front of you adds to the fun and curiosity. What makes it extra special is the marshmallow coating. It turns crisp and golden on the outside, but stays fluffy underneath, creating a wonderful contrast with the cold, creamy ice cream inside. Each bite is warm, crunchy, soft, and cool, all at once, a playful mix of textures and flavors that totally hits the spot. The stall is run by a cheerful young woman in glasses, and she's roped in her friend to help her out. I admire young entrepreneurs like her, so driven and resourceful. Watching her confidently serve customers with a smile makes me feel hopeful about the next generation of Malaysians. Malaysia's diversity is one of the things I love most. Here, Malays, Chinese, Indians, and others live side by side, each contributing to the culture. You can see it in the food, faces, and festivals. Yet it still proudly holds on to its Malay roots, blending heritage with colorful influences. Here, you have a young Chinese girl running the stall, working side by side with her cheerful Malay friend. They laugh, take orders, and fry ice cream together with ease. It's a heartwarming sight. This is the Malaysia I love. Young, multicultural, and united by effort, friendship, and shared ambition. Oh, now she's toasting the marshmallow shell with a small torch, rotating it gently until it turns golden brown and blistered. The caramelization adds a subtle bitterness that balances the ice cream sweetness. Eat me, get a better angle. The crispy, brittle shell contrasts beautifully with the soft, cold center. This clever combination of textures and temperatures, warm, cool, crunchy, and gooey, all come together in each bite. It's playful and satisfying, turning a simple dessert into a full sensory experience that's as enjoyable to watch as it is to eat. My friend, who's a girl, leans over and whispers that the Malay girl at the stall is really pretty. I can't help myself, I joke and tell the stall girl, "Hey, my friend here's got a little crush on you." They both laugh, and now everyone's blushing and giggling. My friend slaps my arm playfully. The Malay girl sheepishly hands my friend a few napkins, while smiling. My friend smiles back, just as shyly as she takes the napkins. Now they're both blushing and I'm trying not to laugh. I realize I've just made both my friend and the stall girl awkward with my teasing, and I can't help but laugh. I am censoring this part. I pay for the ice cream and snap a quick photo. It looks too good not to. I take a bite and it's amazing. Warm, crispy outside, and cold, creamy inside. We thank the girls, wave goodbye, and continue our walking tour, already talking about what snack to try next. This is Central Market, locally known as Pasar Seni, which means art market in Malay. The name reflects its current focus on local arts, crafts, and heritage. It's a must-visit spot in Kuala Lumpur, especially for those looking for souvenirs, or a glimpse into Malaysia's diverse cultural identity. Central Market began in 1888 as a wet market serving Kuala Lumpur's early population. It was rebuilt in 1937 in an Art Deco style that still stands today. Over time, it became too small for modern wholesale needs and was nearly demolished, until its cultural value was officially recognized. Under Prime Minister Najib Razak, Central Market was further revitalized as part of Kuala Lumpur's heritage preservation and tourism development efforts. Upgrades included facade restoration, better vendor management, and improved tourist amenities, helping turn the area into a thriving center for both traditional crafts and modern local entrepreneurship. Getting here is easy. Just take the LRT, or MRT, to Pasar Seni station, which is directly connected to the market via pedestrian bridges and walkways. It's also a major bus hub, making Central Market one of the most accessible cultural destinations in Kuala Lumpur for locals and tourists alike. Here's my friend, unintentionally doing a dramatic face reveal while trying on outfits at one of the stalls. These stylish clothes are designed by young local talents who mix traditional fabrics with modern cuts. She claims she's just browsing, but judging by the growing pile, she's clearly modeling half the market. If you look closely, you'll notice she's filming everything with her GoPro mounted on a chest. Her footage always turns out smooth, even while she rummages through scarves or twirls in front of mirrors. With her hands free, she's effortlessly multitasking, shopping, posing, and recording content all at once like a pro. Next to the clothes, there's a colorful spread of scarves, shawls, and handmade accessories. Some feature delicate batik designs, while others lean bold and modern. Whether you're looking for a pop of color or a subtle touch, there's something here that adds flair to any outfit, and my friend is clearly tempted by all of it. As you can see, Central Market offers more than shopping. It hosts cultural shows, traditional performances, and pop-up street markets outside the building on weekends. The building itself is a work of art, housing everything from batik and wood carvings to trendy handmade crafts that showcase Malaysia's multi-ethnic creativity and heritage. The only real criticism of Pasar Seni is the limited parking spaces are few, especially on weekends when the area gets crowded. Don't believe me? Have a look. Full car park. Drivers often circle the block or resort to nearby paid lots. While public transport is excellent, those coming by car might find it frustrating to park. I'll show you how to get here by LRT soon. Before I show you the way to the LRT station, let's enjoy the view of the second tallest building in the world, the Merdeka Square. Such a majestic sight. It's almost inescapable and can be seen from anywhere in Kuala Lumpur. Well, that's it for Central Market. Now let me show you how to get to the LRT station. Public transport here is a breeze. But before I go, let me tell you a little known fact. In the early 1980s, Central Market faced demolition under the Urban Development Authority (UDA) as part of the proposed Dayabumi Phase V redevelopment plan. The area was viewed as old and commercially outdated, and the authorities intended to replace the market and surrounding shop lots with modern commercial buildings to match the growing corporate skyline. The iconic Art Deco structure was at serious risk of being lost forever in favor of urban expansion and modernization. Fortunately, the Malaysian Heritage Society, also known as the Malaysian Heritage Trust, stepped in to oppose the demolition. Recognizing Central Market's cultural and architectural value, they successfully campaigned for its preservation. Their efforts led to its protection as a heritage site, allowing the building to be revitalized into the vibrant arts and culture hub it is today. Take this covered walkway and it will lead you directly into Pasar Seni Station, one of Kuala Lumpur's key transit hubs. It's a shaded, convenient route that connects Central Market to the station, making it easy for visitors to escape the sun and reach both the LRT and MRT platforms. The Pasar Seni LRT station opened in 1998 as part of the Kelana-Jaya line, while the MRT Kayong line station below it launched in 2017. The two stations are linked via a paid zone pedestrian bridge, making train transfers seamless. Together, they form one of the city's busiest interchange points. More than a transport hub, Pasar Seni Station connects you to KL's historic and cultural core Central Market, Pedaling Street, and the River of Life, with easy LRT, MRT, and bus access. It's a perfect base for exploring the city while enjoying modern facilities, integrated with heritage environment. Before we head into Pasar Seni station, let me quickly show you something across the Klang River. That large white building is the Post Malaysia headquarters. It's the National Postal Service's main office, housed in an iconic structure that's been part of the cityscape for decades. It was built in 1984, same time as Dayabumi Complex, where it sits next to. I'm taking one last shot of the skyline, then crossing the road to Pasar Seni station. This busy road is Jalan Tun Zambanathan. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Please like, share, and subscribe for more informational walking tours. See you in the next video. Bye bye.